Yo, what's going on everyone? Guiding Light here, and in this video, I'm going to bring you guys a step-by-step guide on how you can unlock the Afterglow sword. Now, this is actually by far one of the easier ultimate weapons to achieve, but you will need a few characters like Sharon. You're going to need a solar character in order to get this done the fastest way. Now, I'm going to show you guys all the different methods to unlock this weapon, and keep in mind, I've also already made a review about this if you guys want to go check that out and see what this weapon does. Now, I've already got the parts to make like 3 of these. It just goes to show it's really not as hard to craft this weapon as some of the other ultimates. So let's get right into this. We're going to start out with the blueprint. Now, in order to get these, they actually have a 10% drop rate chance from the Dead Bride boss. Now, it says you can do all these other missions if you'd like. However, the Dead Bride boss is by far the fastest method. At this point in the game, most people can get through that Dead Bride boss in about 2 minutes or so. It's really not very bad. And all you have to do in order to get that unlock is get Amorphous Material 66 from the Sterile Lands. Now, this is another one of those missions that's extremely easy. You run through that mission a few times, you get 4 or 5 keys stacked up, and then you just simply take it into the Dead Bride. Make sure you do have this key beforehand though, and you can see there the Afterglow blueprint's about a 10% chance. Now, one tip I can give you to speed this up is just run bunny when you run those operation missions. Go through them as fast as you can, and you'll be able to get through it fast. Another thing to keep in mind though is in those operation missions, they're going to be based upon points. If you get enough points in those missions, sometimes you can get 2 keys to drop during the mission, which means in 5 to 10 minutes, you can get 2 keys. And so you only have to do maybe like 5 of these. And so in 20-30 minutes, you'll have the first part out of the way. Now for the next part, you have 2 different routes you can take. If you don't have Sharon, I'll show you guys the best thing to do. Now for this next part, you'll get the nanotube. You'll need key number 66 for this. The best thing about this though is it's another mission on Kingston Magister Lab that literally takes 3 minutes to run through, especially on a bunny. So you just don't even worry about the Void Fusion Reactor. Just go into that Kingston mission, run that back to back as many times as you can. Put on bunny when you do it, and you'll have an entire stack of amorphous material in about 20 minutes time. After you have those amorphous materials stacked up, you will take it into the Executioner boss. Now, because the Executioner boss, it's only level 106, you can get through that boss in about 3 minutes. So you can get this part very, very quickly as well, so long as you just run bunny in the hard mode operation, and then you take down the Executioner boss very quickly. You can get a chance at this part every 10 minutes or so, and it has a very, very high drop rate. Again, when taking a look at these missions though, make sure you get the most points you can. In fact, even spec up the mission to 150% difficulty if your bunny's high enough level. That way, every time you run that mission, you're actually going to get 2 amorphous materials instead of the 1, which will cut the time to do this in half. Now, the third part we're going to go after is going to be the synthetic fiber. This time, I do suggest actually going to the Void Fusion Reactor. So if you have Sharon, just follow this process here. And you're going to go over to Kingston, and you're going to start up this mission. Now, all you have to do is, it takes literally like 30 seconds, as you're going to see here in just a moment. So load into Kingston, switch over to Sharon if you have her, and then you'll see here you have to go in and successfully infiltrate in order to get this key. What that means is you have to go invis, come in here, destroy these terminals. This mission takes maybe 10 seconds. And each time you run this mission, you're going to have a chance at the amorphous material number 61. Now, if it doesn't drop the first time, that's fine. It's actually most likely probably won't. Just wait the 1 minute it takes to restart this mission and just do it 3-4 times. You'll eventually get that key. It doesn't take very long at all. So you'll run it back a few to eventually get amorphous material 55 to drop. Once you have amorphous material 55, you will need to take it to this Void Fusion Reactor right here on the other side of Kingston. Take a look here at the mission. It'll tell you if you have any keys on you. Just keep in mind you will need inorganic void shards and organic void shards each and every time you want to start this mission up. Now, I've made guides on how you can farm these out. As you can see, I have like 1,000 of them. You can get like 1,000 in an hour, and then you'll never have to worry about farming them again. So if you're low on those, just simply follow that guide. You'll get a giant stack, and you'll never have to worry again. Each time you start up this mission, you will need those shards. It's really, really quick to complete though. You just take out these 2 bosses. There's just one thing you need to keep in mind when completing this mission. So each time the mission is completed, you will have to actually go ahead and use the amorphous material. So make sure that you actually have it before starting it up. And then once the boss is down, you want to go into one of these things that drops out, and you want to actually go ahead and use the amorphous material in order to get that drop. Now for the final part, the polymer synctum, it's the same exact process with the Void Fusion Reactor, but this time you want to go to Sterile Lands, and you're going to run this reactor here at this strategic outpost. So you're going to get key number 62, and once you have number 62, you'll take it right here to this Void Fusion Reactor and start it up and do the exact same process with those bosses. Now that's it for this one. It is a bit of a long process, but I do remember getting it done in about 4 to 6 hours, and I've already got three of them right now ready to stacked up and ready to build. So hope this helps you guys out, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.